Good afternoon, and thank you all for attending this wonderful event. And as we are thrilled to have the ribbon cutting for the ceremony for the historic Orange Street School, marking the grand reopening of the place for education, innovation, and community pride. I would be remiss, though, if I did not recognize our special guests and elected officials, and thank you all for your presence here. Starting with our Mayor, Mitch Colvin, Mayor Pro Tem Kathy Jensen, Councilmember Malik Davis, Councilmember Mario Benavente, and Councilmember Lynn Green. We also are joined today by Chairman Kirk Devier of the County Commissioners and Vice Chairman Veronica Jones as well. Thank you for being here. And my counterpart, Clarence Greer, it's nice to see you again as always, sir. And in the back, I think I saw my sheriff. Where's my sheriff? There we are, Sheriff in his right. There we go, sir. And former council member Antonio Jones is here as well, sir. Nice to see you. And we have Miss Fayetteville Teen, and Mrs. Fayetteville as well, if you could all just be recognized. And apologies if I've missed anyone, but our speakers that will follow me will definitely make sure that everyone is recognized. Again, this is not just a celebration and recognition of a renovation, but is also a transformation that embodies the spirit of inclusion and community support. Thanks to a collective effort that spans our community, beginning to the groundbreaking back in 1913, this facility has been transformed into a phenomenal facility, and at the heart of this endeavor is the preservation of a historic school by restoring the interior and exterior of the building to make the school available to our residents for cultural arts and educational programming. As we cut the ribbon on this revitalized space, let us not only celebrate the physical transformation, but also the history and the spirit of our community. There are boundless possibilities that lie ahead for the individuals and families who will benefit from the programs in this building, and they are endless. I look forward to hearing about all of the success stories that will once again begin here at Orange Street School. And as your city manager, it's with great pride that I'm able to turn the program over to our Mayor Pro Tem, Kathy Jensen, who will be our MC of ceremonies. Thank you.
Thank you, City Manager Hewitt. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kathy Keefe Jensen, City Council Representative from District 1, and I would like to welcome y'all to the historical Orange Street District School. It is so exciting to be here today. And a little fun fact, I want you to know that it is big hometown day for me, sitting over here with the 2-6 project with 90% of them on the north side of Fayetteville. So we appreciate what you do. We grow leaders and on the north side of town. That's our motto. Had to go, had to do it. Today presents a unique opportunity as we get to celebrate history and landmark and major construction milestones at the Orange Street School. Before we get started, I would like to recognize my fellow council members, which has already been done, and I'd also like to say thank you on behalf of the City of Fayetteville to all our partners who have a pivotal role in making this a reality. Thank you to the state of North Carolina for the North Carolina Office of State Budget and Management Capital Infrastructure Grant, Orange Street School Reservation and Historical Association, the 2-6 Project, raise your hand, and the Sand Hills Jazz Society. Cumberland County, the Alpha Builders and Consultants, you're here. Fayetteville, Cumberland Parks and Recreation employees. I would like to introduce Mr. Washington from the Orange Street School Restoration and Historical Society. If you could, please come on up.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good. Nice to see you here and for this occasion. I'd like to kind of give you a little history of this building. In 1918, the building was built, and it was a black contractor named James Waddell that built this building. And after that, there was a group of gentlemen that decided that they would like to have a high school. So upstairs we started, E.E. Smith was upstairs. Downstairs was the elementary school on street. So the first principal here was Dr. Everett Evans. So he decided that we'll operate upstairs on street as a high school, downstairs elementary school. Stayed there for a while until we moved to Evan over off Wilmington Road. Moved over there. Then E.E. Smith moved back over here for a while, and then from that E.E. Smith moved to Owen Drive. But the building went, I say they deserted for many years after '54. The building closed down. The building was nothing but a house for birds and pigeons. So Dr. Ernest McNeil decided that we'll do something with this building. So he organized about 25 neighborhood community members, and they started the organization, Orange Street School Historical Association. So that's how that came about, as Orange Street. So Ernest and the group worked with the city of Fayetteville, begging money to do the renovation and donation from the residential. So finally got enough money to renovate it, and so we moved in. So I'd like to give a shout out for Ernest that had that hard work vision to continue. And a couple more of the old guys that really put a lot of work into this building and get things going was Edgar Merritt. I know y'all know him, used to be on the police department, Edgar Merritt. He was one of the president of this building, of the association. And Mr. Wright, also hard-working gentleman that put in a lot of labor for the building. So I attend elementary school here and junior high school here. So I'm very dedicated to the building myself. But we've been out of this building for 2 years. Man, for 2 years we've been out waiting for this moment. And we're so glad to see this moment here, that we can move back in and start renting the building out to anyone who would like to rent the building for, for weddings, birthday parties, or that type of thing. And it's open for that. But right now, Miss Pinkley, will you stand, Miss Pinkley? She renting the building for Greater Life Association, which her association take after-school program kids after school that maybe are having some problems, and she take them in and work with them. So she's open. If anybody interested, trying to get in touch with Miss Pinkley, the Greater Life of Fayetteville, she's in this building. Her office is in this building. So, so listen, after you leave, walk through, see what you think about the building, and give us a plus on it. I like to thank, I got to thank the Park and Rec Service that really did a thing for us. Park, City of Fayetteville, thank the mayor for doing some work for us, and also economic development that did the work for us, yeah. But we won't forget Park and Rec. I don't see, was Mike around today?
He always goes in the corner.
Oh, okay. Mike Gibson, one of the Parks and Service, man, he really helped us out. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Washington. Before I have the next speaker come up, I would like Crystal Glover to stand up. I know you're here, so go ahead and stand up. So for those of you that do not know Crystal Glover was the first, I would say, leader that we had that led our children with the Fayetteville Cumberland Youth Council probably 8 years ago. And she decided to go get married, and she is going on to help other projects in our community. But I did want you to know we revived it, and she did an amazing job. So thank you, Crystal. Before I had the mic, so I'm using it, but thank you. Now, I would like to introduce my fellow council member representing District 2, Malik Davis, who is very excited to have this wonderful addition in his district. Councilmember Davis.
Good afternoon, Fayetteville. Thank you all for coming to District 2, and most certainly thank you for coming to the Orange Street School opening. I think I want to announce that we do have our police chief here who was not here earlier, but thank you for coming out. And thank you to all of the residents of District 2 that came out to support this initiative. I see quite a few of you in here. Today is a significant day, not only for our community or our city, but our overall county. Today is a great day to celebrate the opening of this historic monument in the city of Fayetteville in Black History Month. For more than a century, this building has been a symbol of education, the space where Black students in this community have started to build their futures and pursue their dreams. And while time has took its toll on this structure, the heart of this school has never faded. Not only has this building been restored, but we have reinvented it for the next generations to come. This is why I'm so proud of what we have accomplished here in this city together. We are able to continue the legacy through partnerships and collaborations needed to make this possible. The Orange Street School project has transformed this space both inside and outside. The exterior renovations include improved security fencing, as you can see, and landscaping, roof replacement, a driveway, accessibility improvements, and brand new picnic shelter. The interior improvements stabilize the facility with necessary structural upgrades, fresh paint, modern kitchen, and the restroom facilities. We have also installed a new radio studio, updated lighting fixtures and window shades, and outfitted the entire building with brand new furniture and equipment. Once again, this is a place where our young people can engage in STEM education, cultural arts, recreational programs that will prepare them for success. We must invest in our youth because our youth are our future leaders in the city of Fayetteville. Thank you all for coming out once again, and to the residents of District 2, this is just the beginning of the revitalization that is going to be happening in Orange Street, and I'm very excited that you all came out to celebrate with us. Thank you and have a great day.
I didn't realize how short I was until everybody else started coming up here. Thank you, Councilmember Davis. And now I would like to introduce our Chairman of the Board of Commissioners, Chairman Kirk Deviere, that had such an integral part of all of the pieces of the puzzle coming together 4 years ago. So, Chairman Deviere, please come up.
Well, good afternoon, and now I'm going to move this mic back up. Good afternoon. I know y'all aren't asleep out there. Come on. Y'all, you couldn't ask for a better day. Think about a week ago, we had snow and ice, but just a beautiful day. It's like the Lord looked down and said, this is a great day to open this school back in this community. Just want to thank everyone for taking the time to come out. This is a great crowd. It shows the impact that this school has had and will have on this community. It's really a historic moment for our community. Before I go too much further, I know she's been recognized, but she's my partner in crime. Veronica Jones, she's our vice chairwoman for our board. She's here with us today as well. The county made an investment over $350,000, and it was truly not about the investment, but it was about a public acknowledgement of our vested interest in the preservation of this historic structure, especially one that was one of the first publicly funded schools for African American children in Fayetteville and as well as on the National Registry of Historic Places. Mayor, I think back 4 years ago when I was in the state Senate, And Mayor Colvin came up and said, we got to do something in Orange Street and for a lot of these trails. What can we do? And because of that and some other work, and I'm proud that when I served in the Senate, I was able to bring back part of the dollars for this structure, about $1 million worth of renovation dollars. And so, Mayor, I remember that day well and remember having those conversations. And so I'm proud to have been part of that. I also want to just quickly recognize, and I know they've been recognized, but a lot of the community members from Georgiana Pickney, but also to others, to Mr. Washington and the association, but also to others that were behind the scenes pushing this, community organizers like Bishop McNeil and Keem Jones and the 2-6 Project that's down here in Forest today. You know, things like this come together in a community when we work together. And there's more things that are going to happen in this community as we begin to realize that we all rise together, and when we work together, great things can happen. This building's been a cornerstone of public education in Cumberland County. E. Smith's high school lineage traces back to this very location where the high school opened on its second floor in 1927. The stories of struggles and determination within these walls continue to inspire young people to pursue dreams and overcome adversity. Thanks again for the 40-year commitment to restore this treasure. I look forward to cutting the ribbon. I look forward to being part of this, and I look forward to the future of Orange Street, what's happening in Fayetteville, and what's happening across Cumberland County. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairman Deviere. So before I ask the mayor to come up here, I just want everybody to know here, 4 years ago when COVID hit and everything was going on, there was people in boardrooms when the government said, we have all this money coming down to your community. And Ms. Pickney, you remember these meetings. You remember the meetings, and they were so active, I could say. And I can tell you that everything that happened in those meetings is happening today. And today is one that we are truly going to celebrate. I got in this position 12 years ago, and I came on with the mayor. We came on together. This one hit home for him, and you have done great. You did not give up. So with that being said, I am going to have your mayor, Mayor Mitch Colvin, come up to the podium. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. How's everyone doing? You know, there's a lot of thought and emotion that was going by as each speaker came. You know, I go back to my uncle, Sonny Boy, I called him Edgar Merritt, who Mr. Washington mentioned, who was an integral part of the Orange Street School Association, who always used to say, boy, when y'all gonna do something for Orange Street School? When y'all gonna do something for Orange Street School? And then the conversations that Senator Deviere had talked about in Raleigh, advocating for not only Orange Street School, but the Emoja organization and other things in our community that highlighted our history. You know, and again, and also reminded of the difficult moments that our country went through in 2020, where there was a reaction that really brought forth a crisis that needed to be addressed, not only nationally, but here. And there were a number of people in this audience that were mentioned today with the bishop and then former activist, now council member, Benevente and others. But I say that to say this, that sometimes you have a difficult path to get to an outstanding outcome. In 1918, this was a historically black school because that's the only place we had to go. Today, we've highlighted that. And in a moment where it seems like this is deja vu, where we're reliving certain things that we thought were in our past, let's be reminded and encouraged today that as we address those difficult moments of the past, that our diversity is our strength, which makes us great, that our community thrived and did better as a result of. And so we've got to keep that in mind as we put resources in underserved communities like this. And I remember 6 or 7 years ago, I met Grant Bennett, who came to me, now eager young man, and yeah, he's a North Side kid, but I think that I see a lot of other growth over there with E. Smith, but it's the combination of this next generation that we've got to keep in mind and at the forefront. And Grant said, hey, I want to do something. I saw these guys on the cover of it was him and a colleague from Morehouse on the cover of Forbes magazine. And I said, who are these young guys? And they said, they're from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I said, really? And I had my daughter to reach out on social media and make the connection. But I say that to say that we have a bright future in this community, that we have to continue to realize that one of us can't do better without all of us doing better. And as we do this, let us continue to duplicate and replicate this success to not only Orange Street School, but to go over a block or two to Murchison Corridor and on and on and on. And let us continue to invest in our next generation. Let us continue to invest in innovation. But most of all, let's embrace our diversity because it truly is our strength. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you, and it's a great day.
It truly is a great day. So I would like to invite all members of the Fayetteville City Council, County Commissioners, the Orange Street School Society, and the 2-6 Project to join the Mayor Colvin, City Manager and Attorney, and myself cutting the ribbon to opening the doors of the Orange Street School. Following the ribbon cutting will be an opening of the building.
All right, countdown. 3, 2, 1. Woo!